It's Shige Jasi, aka Fire, because I stay bringing that heat. And yes, and that's Orta. And welcome. And I hope you feeling good today. Well, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different compared to all my previous other live stream. I'm gonna be doing commentary on like a viral video. So the video that I'm gonna be providing a little bit of commentary on is a video that has been going viral on TikTok with Umar Johnson, with an interview that he had did. I had stitched it on TikTok, but it didn't do as well as this video that I'm about to share did. But it could be also the ways of communication style. And I feel like in this video, this lady, she communicated points of what I communicate in my video, but it's more cohesive because I was kind of bit in my feelings when I had stitched the video. But there's also some points that I disagree with her in her video. So, yeah, let's get right into it. So this is the video that I will be sharing. So let's get right into it. And I will come on and say, like, with this within this part, this is kind of where I kind of disagree with her perspective. Like, especially with me, I do have the neurological challenges that she's speaking of. That's more so behavior. Like, I have ADHD. I also have explosive rage disorder, along with my traumatic brain injury, and and the fact that a lot of times we don't talk about how like disability is a taboo topic within the black community, like the history fact of how disabled black people has been isolated from the black community isn't talking about, and it goes all the way back to 1865 at the Immaculate Proclamation. Have you pronounced that word? Like the fact that it's not widely known that enslaved black people who was disabled weren't able to lead a plantation as freely as a non-disabled counterparts due to mobility and cognitive challenge isn't widely known. And the fact that during like the late 1800s and early 1900s, disabled black people was either still held in captivity, cattle slavery, or they was put in medical institutions, human zoos, or freak shows. And that is a large reason why disability is taboo in the black community. And and the fact that there aren't notable disability tools and resources in the black community is a problem. I'm here in Chicago. There is no notable disability tools or resources in the black community. They all are up north or downtown. So, what are disabled black people on the south side of Chicago or the west side is supposed to do if there are no notable disability tools or resources? And we are also not taking into account that a lot of neurodivergent individuals are kinesthetic learners. We learn through movement, we learn by actually doing, and the educational system isn't built for us. It's only one way of learning where you got to sit at a desk all day for like 6 or 8 hours. And I know for me, I had to be in constant movement or my brain go to sleep and it won't function. I'm not able to function. And these are the conversations that we need to be having on how to create more resources in a more inclusive and accessible society for neurodivergent individuals. Because like a lot of time people will say like neurodivergent individuals like that we are different and we don't operate by societal standards or norms because that doesn't work for us. But I also want to get back into like sharing like the videos or whatever to continue the video because she do make some really good points that I do agree with. And I will also add like it's not that we use like disability as an excuse for our behavior, because this is one reason why I'm mad so much, because it felt like I wasn't included in society and people didn't understand me. But it's more like we need, this is why the arts is so important. And it's like the different ways of how to express ourselves, because the educational system is rigid and standard, and it only fits one learning style, where people learn in different types of ways, and it isn't conducive for kinesthetic learners, which a lot of neurodivergent individuals are. But I will agree with her, like having, like, sometimes people who have like disabilities, behavior disability, and they don't receive consequences for their action. Like, because I there's countless stories of like young black dudes that I knew that have ADHD, that are now currently in prison because they didn't have that structure. And one person that I'm thinking about right now, he robbed a bank, and that's why he's in prison right now. So I will agree with what she's saying, that there needs to be consequences, and structure needs to be embedded for neurodivergent individuals when they're coming up, and creating that structure for them. So I will agree with her on that point. So, and yeah, so I think that, like, what she said was some key and important points. And like, I didn't play the video that I met, because I will continue to have beef with Umar Johnson all day, because like we still are waiting on this school that a lot of people donated to that still haven't been built. So my beef will continue to build with Umar Johnson. And I just think like, because like some of the things that like she said, of how to like, we need to tell like the youth like, oh, yeah, you can't do this because you would end up in that situation. And which I think like a lot of like neurodivergent individuals, we do need structure, but it needs to be in a balanced and conducive way. Because like with my experience growing up, I know my mom did the best she could, but there was other situations where I felt defeated and I had to do everything on my own, which resulted with me masking. And the fact that I felt like there was no tools or resources to help me. I There was like over 100 times that I was in the emergency room because it felt like my brain was going to explode outside my head, and these doctors doing all types of MRI and CAT scans, and then they were saying like, "Oh, we didn't find nothing. You free to go home." And she probably faking, and it's like, what's like, are you serious right now? And it's like if the doctors can't help me, if the educational system can't help me, and my mom doing the best she can, what am I to do? So like I learned like the hard way. I have stories that put me in situations, because what the video the lady was talking about in jail, because that was almost me, because I almost got kicked out of the art institute twice because of my behavior problems. But if my mom didn't do the amazing job that she did with making sure that I had an IEP, I had a neurological psych eval, and that was the one thing that prevented me from getting kicked out and being placed in prison. So like that's like one thing why I would continue to have beef with like Umar Johnson, because like the rhetoric that he's spilling is very harmful to the Black community, because it's like, because we need to, because like my mom, she worked with, like she specialized in working with little kids from like babies all the way to 5 years old, that have like these different types of neurological challenges. And she used to work at the Kara Robinson Center for Learning. And she used to tell all these different stories of how she used to have to deal with these kids. And she used to try to talk to these parents about getting their kids screened to make sure they get the necessary tools and resources that they need to help them be more successful in life. But the parents don't want them to get the resources because they have this fear of their child being labeled. But what kind of help are you doing to your child if you're not setting them up for success and providing them with the tools and resources that they need to help them function in an inaccessible society that doesn't cater to neurodivergent individuals? So I will say, like, even though I get into me and my mom, we bump heads a lot, but I will continue to acknowledge that she did the amazing job with the amount of tools and resources that she had at her disposal. And it has been a long time coming. And it's just like, I would keep saying that we need to have more conversation on how to get these tools and resources in the Black community to help the neurological community, because it is real that majority of the Black population that is in prison right now are neurodivergent. They have undiagnosed ADHD or autism or other neurological challenges. And just imagine the 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 path that they would be on if there was more notable disability tools and resources within the Black community that can help them live a successful and comfortable life. Because I strongly believe that the superpower of being neurodivergent is creative geniusness. This is why the arts is so important. What they have more resources to the arts, where would they be instead of being in prison right now? So that's my little what they my little rant. Yeah, the rant that I have. And this is the reason why I am on a mission to pioneer the world's first neurodivergent focused social media production company to create to help fulfill this gap that's happening in our society, that's affecting so many people, that's going unnoticed, and a lot of people are feeling helpless right now. That's why so many teachers are quitting, and it's like a domino effect right now. And this is why the work that I'm doing is so important. And also, if you want to join me on this mission, you can become a member of my Patreon channel that I am currently using as a beta stage um, for the neurodivergent focused social media platform that I'm building. Yeah, that's all I have for you, beautiful souls, today. And remember to be kind and gentle to yourself. And yes, in that order.